Sheriff's Department. My son was obtained by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department, and he was photographed. He was asked to take off his shirt because he was detained by the gang task force who worked security at the state fair. He was asked to disrobe to take off his shirt because they was checking for gang tattoos. You're supposed to have something tattooed across your stomach, something across your back, and something in between your fingertips. Of course, my son had none of those markings. He's an honor roll student at St. Stephen's Catholic School. So my son was placed into a Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department's vehicle and transported 10 minutes away from the fair, and basically released 100 yards away from the interstate with no notification to anybody, just basically abandoned outside the road. And as he was trying to get back to the safety of the fairgrounds, he was hit on I-4 and killed by Jonathan Hatfield, a 19-year-old white male from Bartow, Florida, that was coming from the fair going to the casino. You know, in my world, he was coming from the bar going to the bar. And Jonathan Hatfield wasn't given a ticket. He wasn't asked to take a breath test, and he was allowed to leave the scene in the vehicle that just struck my son with his remains all over the front grill, like nothing had happened. Now, 2 weeks later, Jonathan Hatfield was stealing TVs out of Walmart. 2 weeks after he ran over my son on I-4, he was in Bartow stealing flat screen TVs out of the Walmart and basically rolling through the garden center with them. Now, the Walmart noticed that these TVs were disappearing out the back and wasn't coming through the register, so it was really watching these TVs over the weekend. He had got away with 2 TVs and was coming back for the 3rd TV on that Sunday. On that Sunday, they apprehended Jonathan Hatfield and arrested him. And bloodshed was collected at the scene of the crime at Walmart. You know, Jonathan Hatfield was testing positive for the opiate, the pills that they're taking now. So, you know, we've been fighting for justice. I mean, this is not a black thing or a white thing. This is a human thing. And you know, he was a 14-year-old honor roll student that was portrayed as a gang member, and there's been no answers. It's been since February 7, 2014. It's been basically 2 years. We're approaching the 2nd year, and at this point, I don't even have a police report because there's been absolutely a shutdown on this situation as far as the authorities are concerned. So we've been fighting, trying to get justice, trying to get reports, trying to get some type of clarity about exactly what happened tonight, because everything that the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department and the Fair Authority has said has, you know, basically been a bold-faced lie. And we've been in court on other related matters. You know, my son was detained with 2 of his teammates, and his teammates have went to court, and all their charges have been dismissed from court. It was stated by Judge Lopez that, you know, the Sheriff's Department had no probable cause to arrest these kids. We also filed a complaint against the state troopers who failed to give Jonathan Hatfield a ticket, a breath test, seized the car, and they also have been given citations. So the policies and procedures that was followed on the interstate was incorrect as well. So every authority or figure that's involved in this case has basically been proven guilty in a court of law, and you know
culpable.
And at this point, we're fighting for justice. Just basically not to have another family stand in the shoes that we're standing in right now, because it's extremely difficult, especially over these holidays, to have to go to the graveyard to visit your child. I mean, it's heartbreaking. It's grief like nobody shall be. I mean, it's just totally ridiculous at this point. And we're just fighting for justice. For there won't be another family that has to stand in these shoes, because basically, this will kill the average Joe. We believe in our heart that, you know, my son led a great life, and you know his death will not be in vain, and we're fighting to have his name, monuments and things, and streets named after him down at the fair. And we have collaborated with a lot of other families that's going through this struggle. The Michael Brown family, they'll be here with us for the 2nd year anniversary. The Tamir Rice family will be here, as well as the Oscar Grant family, as well as the Emmett family, and many, many more. So, you know, we're just pushing on and hope that this doesn't ever happen again around the world, especially here in town.
Andrew, it's a pleasure always to see you, because every time I see you, I can see you still going on every meeting we go